and welcome to this special Codex review, unique on the channel. Codex review on the channel. I'm your host, JB Wargamer 87, and this is part 2 of the Codex review for the 9th edition. At long last, we have a new Codex for the 18th Cadian army group. Previously, we've looked at the regimental doctrines, the orders, and that kind of shenanigans. But in this particular episode, we're going to be delving into the units in more detail. I'm going to make sure that I don't miss anything because there's some radical changes here that I want to clarify, and for your viewing pleasure as well, and to hopefully have a great experience for those that are supporting me through YouTube membership and through Patreon, to those that want to represent Astra Militarum models in particular. So, what are we waiting for? Let's check out part 2 of the Codex Review Astra Militarum. So here we go. I'm going to continue on in this video. Okay. So, the new model, Lord Solar Leontus. My honest reaction to this model was quite... I didn't know what to think of it first. But the more I looked at the model, the more I liked it. And I really like it now, looking at it, the model, the new sculpt. It actually looks really cool. And will I be getting Leontus eventually? Yes. He is apparently a powerhouse. But let's check out the rules, nonetheless. So, I love the model. I actually like the model, in short. So, 1. Lord Solar Leontus. Movement 12, weapon skill 2+, ballistic skill 2+, strength 6, toughness 4, 8 wounds, attack 6, leadership 10, save of 3+. Lord Solar Leontus is with Soul's Righteous Gaze. Conquest. You can your army can only include one Solar Leontus model. Lord Solar's Righteous Gaze has range 12, pistol 2, strength 8, AP -3, damage 3. Wow. So that's a ranged attack. Conquest, which is the Blade of Conquest. Oh yes, the Blade of Conquest. Leontus's weapon. Yes. So melee, strength user, AP -3, damage 2, strength 6. Cool. He's good. Voice of command, regimental tactics. Okay, Artificer, Refractor, Helm. This model has a 4+ invulnerable stage. Each time an attack is allocated to the model, half the damage characteristic of that attack, rounding up. Bit like a Manius Calgar. The Cortileg Astralex. After your opponent has revealed their secondary objectives or agendas for a battle, if your army contains this model, you can choose to change one of your secondary objectives or agendas, following the normal rules for selecting secondary objectives or agendas. If you do not choose to do so, or if your battle does not use selectable secondary objectives or agendas, then you can start the first command phase of the battle. You gain 1 additional command point. Okay. Heroic Senior Officer. While a friendly Astra Militarum core unit is within 6 of this model, each model of that unit makes an attack, reroll the hit roll of 1, and reroll the wound roll of 1. It's really good. Lord Solar Commander. In your command phase, you can select one friendly Astra Militarum core, Astra Militarum character, or Astra Militarum battle tank unit within 6 of this model. Until the start of your next command phase, each time a model in that unit makes an attack, you can re-roll the hit roll. If that is a core unit, you can also re-roll the wound roll. That is superb. Commanding Ordre. This model knows the regimental orders, prefectus and mechanized orders. In your command phase, it can issue up to 3 orders in addition to the normal units that can be selected to the regimental prefectus orders This unit can issue regimental prefector's orders to friendly infantry officer and Militarum auxiliary units, in addition to the normal units that can be selected for mechanized orders. This model can issue mechanized orders to friendly vehicle officer and super heavy units. So, faction keywords: Imperium, Astra Militarum, Cavalry, Charecter, Supreme Commander, Officer, Regimental, and Lord Solar Leontus. That is cool. So you can basically issue orders and the whole index of orders to everybody. A true commander. Kind of like the new Alexander the Great equivalent. Yes, that's good. That's really good. I like that. Next up is Usilla Creed. Usilla Creed is... I'm going to check how many points actually Lord Solar Leontus is. Lord Solar Leontus is 170 points. What you get for 170 points is pretty good. His power rating is 9. So Usilla Creed has a power rating of 4, and she costs 80 points. 80 points. 1 Usilla Creed, movement 6, weapon skill 3+, ballistic skill 3+, strength 3, toughness 3, 5 wounds, attacks 5. It's a lot of attacks actually. Leadership 9, a save of 4+. Okay, Usilla Creed is equipped with Duty and Vengeance. Power Sword. You can only include 1 Usilla Creed model. Duty and Vengeance. Pistol 4, range 12, strength 5, AP -3, and 2 damage. She's quite good with her pistols there. Power Sword is basic power sword weapon. Voice of Command. Regimental Tactics. And Lord Castellan's Fury. Each time this model issues an order to a unit until the start of your next command phase, each time a model in that unit makes a ranged attack, add 1 to the strength characteristic of that attack. Note that this ability affects the original target of that order and not only any additional units that are affected by that order using the Regimental Tactics ability. So add 1 to the strength characteristic of that attack to a unit. Oh, that's pretty good. She's good. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, +1 to the strength. Okay. Refractor Field. This model has a 5+ invulnerable save. Tactical Genius. While this model is on the battlefield, you can use the command reroll stratagem up to twice per phase instead of only once. Oh wow, that's really useful. Okay, that's cool. And Senior Officer Aura. While a friendly Astra Militarum core unit is within 6 of this model, each time a model makes an attack, you can reroll a hit roll of 1. It's good. She's pretty good for 80 points. This model knows regimental orders. If you're in your command phase, you can issue up to 3 orders. Superb. So next up is the Cadian Castellan. Oh, the keywords for her is Imperium, Astra Militarum, Cadian. Keywords: Charecter, Infantry Officer, Regimental, Commandant, and Usilla Creed. So Cadian Castellan. So 1 Cadian Castellan, movement 6, weapon skill 3+, ballistic skill 3+, strength 3, toughness 3, 5 wounds, attacks 4, and leadership of 9. A save of 5+. Okay, so a Cadian Castellan is equipped with a las pistol, chainsword, and frag grenades. So range 12 pistol is exactly the same, chainsword makes 1 additional attack. We all know the rules for that. This model's chainsaw can be replaced with the following: 1 bolt gun, 1 power fist, 1 power sword. This model's las pistol can be equipped with one of the following: bolt pistol, 1 plasma pistol. The voice of command, regimental tactics, see page 75. Refractor field, 5 up invuln save, senior officer, reroll failed hit rolls of 1. This model knows the regimental orders, and you can issue up to 2 orders. So this model represents a general. This will represent a general. In the army group, I'm going to do it representing for Castellan. So I'm going to do it so it represents a general model. So I'm going to do that. That's what I'm going to do it as, and I will be magnetising the magnetising we'll be magnetising the bits, all being well. So it's cool. Cool. Do like that so far. Next up is tank commanders. Big changes here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to speed up this. I'm going to see if there's anything that is unique, because I think there is the tank commander. Now, how many points? Actually, I need to go back. How many points is a Cadian Castellan? It's 50 points. Pretty good. Right. Yeah. Voice of command. Okay, so the tank commander costs 160 points, and everything is 5 points except for the plasma cannon, which is 10 points, and multi-melter is 15 points. Okay, we'll check the rules out for basically in Russ's as we come forward over to here. I think. So let's check out here. You can issue 1 order, just for clarification there, and it knows mechanised orders. Okay. Next up is platoon command squad. Now, I know this has changed a lot, so we're going to check this out here. So, number, composition, we have 4 guardsmen, 1 platoon commander, and 0 to 1 heavy weapons teams. So, the platoon commander has now got 4 wounds now. Now, what's interesting here, I'm just looking, Cadian command squad, platoon command squad, Cadian command squad. Yes. So I've got an idea here how to do the patrons. So platoon command for normal command squads is platoon level. Company command, Cadian command squad. Just thought of that. That's just a brainwave. Platoon command squad. Platoon command squad costs 75 points. So you got a veteran guardsman, so you got a platoon commander. I got 4 wounds now, 3 attacks, leadership 8, save 5+. And so 2 veteran guardsman models in this unit can be replaced with 1 veteran heavy weapons team model. If this is the case, this unit will only contain 2 veteran guardsman models. The platoon commander is equipped with a las pistol, frag grenades. Every veteran guardsman is equipped with a las gun, las pistol, frag grenades. A veteran heavy weapons team is equipped with a heavy bolter, las gun, frag grenades. Okay, so here we go. Las gun, is confirmed to be exactly the same. Las pistols have been confirmed to be exactly the same. Master Vox. Now this is a new upgrade war gear here. Which, what I'm going to do for the pre-forward of Cadian models is I have a regimental command squad with an unusual looking Vox caster. So that's going to be the prototype for the Master Vox. That's what it's going to represent there. So, Master Vox. The bearer gains the Vox caster keyword each time an officer in the bearer's unit issues an order. You can increase the range at which that order can be issued up to 24, but only if you select a friendly Vox caster unit to issue that order to. All other rules for issuing orders still apply. So command squad, platoon command squad costs. Is this elite? No, it's still HQ. Platoon command squad costs 75 points. No, it just has it inbuilt by the looks of things. Alright. Right. Okay. Okay. Just checking here the comparison of the two types of command squads. Okay, that's cool. Master Vox. Medipack. The bearer gains the medic keyword. Each time a model in this unit would lose a wound, roll a d6. On a 5+, that wound is not lost. So medics are good, again, they're long last. So regimental standard. The bearer gains the regimental standard keyword and the following ability, regimental standard aura. While a friendly Astra Militarum core unit is within 6 of the bearer unit, each time a model in that Astra Militarum core unit makes an attack, reroll the wound roll of 1. Whoa! Reroll the wound roll of 1. That's really good. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, cool. Excellent. Okay, war gear options. This is interesting here. There may be some changes. Any number of veteran guardsmen can have a lasgun replaced with a chainsword. Any number of veteran guardsmen can each have a lasgun replaced with one of the following: 1 flamer, 1 grenade launcher, 1 heavy flamer, 1 melter gun, 1 plasma gun, and 1 sniper rifle. So what it is now is you can't take duplicates of the same weapon within the same unit. So you have to take, say for instance you had 2 special weapons veterans, you have to take 1 flamer for example and 1 grenade launcher. So that's been clarified now. Then you have 1 guardsman equipped with a lasgun or chainsaw can be equipped with a Master Vox. 1 guardsman equipped with a lasgun or chainsword can be equipped with a Medipack. 1 veteran guardsman equipped with a lasgun or chainsword can be equipped with a regimental standard. The platoon commander's las pistol can be replaced with one of the following: 1 bolt pistol, 1 bolt gun, 1 plasma pistol. The platoon commander can be equipped with one of the following: 1 chainsword, 1 power fist, 1 power sword. The veteran heavy weapons team's heavy bolter can be replaced with one of the following: 1 autocannon, 1 las cannon, 1 missile launcher, and 1 mortar. You cannot select the same weapon more than once per unit. A model can only take one of these options. If it does so, its lasgun cannot be replaced. Okay. It has voice of command, regimental tactics, refractor field. The commander has an invulnerable save of 5+. Commanding oratory. The commander model knows regimental orders. It can issue 1 order. Faction keywords: Imperium, Astra Militarum, Infantry Charecter, Officer, Regimental Commander. Those are the keywords there. Infantry, Regimental, Command Squad. So that's the Platoon Command Squad. This is the Cadian Command Squad. Next. So, how am I going to do this? And what is the difference? Okay, I'm going to check this off camera and see if there's any differences here. Okay, I just checked off camera. The only difference with regular platoon command squad compared to a Cadian command squad is the ability for the platoon command squad to have the choice of having a heavy weapon, whereas the Cadians, they just have special weapons only. So it looks as though you can take more special weapons, but that's optional, I believe. So exactly the same combination here, except of course it has the Cadian keyword. Everything else is pretty much the same after that. So what I'm going to do is, for over here, I'm not going to do the review for Ironhound-Strachan. He's a Kachan model. I don't collect Kachans, but I'll let you read that for yourself, just for the purposes of time, because this channel is mainly specifically for Cadian models and auxiliary models. So just to clarify about that. But Ironhound-Strachan, his stats are really, really cool there. So next up, we have got, just to clarify actually, do check out Luke's channel as well. He's done the full review for all the entries for the purposes of this book review. So we have Primary Psyker. We'll look at the Primary Psyker next. Primary Psyker, he costs, we'll check out the Crusade bits in a minute. How many points is a Primary Psyker? I think I've gone over the page. Here we go. War gears and points reference. War gear and points reference. So Primary Psyker is 60 points. Okay. Let's check. One Primary Psyker, weapon movement 6. He's the same as he used to be. He's got 3 attacks. 4 staves plus 3 strength now. AP minus 1 D3 damage. Okay, there's a little change here. This model can attempt to manifest 2 psychic powers in your psychic phase and attempt to deny 1 psychic power in your opponent's psychic phase. It knows the smite and 2 psychic powers of the Psyker discipline. So yes, pretty good. I've always liked Primary Psykers there. Okay, next up is Gaunt's Ghosts. We'll fast forward that. Do check out Luke's Codex review for more information on Gaunt's Goats. But looking at my brother's review, they are a cool unit to have, but they're not Cadian. We specialise only in Cadian units here. So these are auxiliaries, so we'll check these out. So each of these officers has a movement characteristic of 6, weapon skill 4+, ballistic skill 4+, strength 3, toughness 3, wounds 1, attacks 1, leadership 6, save 5+. So we're going to look at the Master of Ordnance. Artillery Commander. In your, let's check out how many points actually. Regimental. So Master of Ordnance is 25 points. Astropath is 40 points. Nork Deddog is 60 points. Officer of the Fleet is 25 points. Ogryn Bodyguard is 50 points. So, Master of Ordnance, Artillery Commander. In your command phase, select one enemy unit within 30 or visible to this model until the start of your next command phase. Each time a friendly Astra Militarum artillery unit, a model, makes a ranged attack against an enemy unit, reroll the hit roll of 1. Okay. That was the old rules for Cadians, but now he only gets it. Support to the start of the next command phase. Okay. Okay, so you can reroll once. Officer of the Fleet, Aeronautica Commander. In your command phase, select one enemy unit within 30 visible to the model until the start of your next command phase. Each time a friendly Aeronautica Imperialis model makes a ranged attack against enemy unit, you can re-roll the hit roll of 1. Okay, that's quite good for Valkyries and anything that has the Aeronautica Imperialis keyword. Excellent. So these units here can be attached to your command squads, so adding them up. I do like this concept here, and I do have these models. Next up is the Astropath. Divination. This model can attempt to perform one of the following psychic action. In your psychic phase, one Astropath model can attempt to perform a psychic action. If completed, you gain 1 command point. Okay. The unit's Astropath can attempt to manifest 1 psychic power in your psychic phase and attempt to deny a psychic power in your opponent's psychic phase. It knows Smite and 1 psychic power and the Psyker discipline. Each time this unit's Astropath model attempts to deny the witch, manifest a psychic power or perform a psychic action, measure distances and draw a line of sight to the unit's Astropath model. If the enemy units have any abilities that require measuring distances or drawing line of sight to psychic units, do so for this unit's Astropath model. Nice. Okay, so it's good. He's better than before. It looks as though he's not restricted by Smite anymore, by the looks of things. Yeah, you can just cast it on normal. He's just a lower grade Psyker, basically. Okay. Here we go. So, abilities. All bodyguard models have the following abilities. Wall of Muscle. Each time an attack is allocated to this model, subtract 1 from the damage characteristic of that attack to a maximum of 1. Point blank barrage. This model can make attacks with its Ripper gun even while its unit is within engagement range of its enemies, but it can only make such attacks against enemy units that attack that is in engagement range. In such circumstances, this model can target enemy unit even if other friendly units are within engagement range of that enemy unit. Big target. Each time an attack is attacks a target of this model, this unit, until the model's toughness characteristic when making the wound rolls for that attack. Each time an attack is allocated to a model of that unit, it must be allocated to this model. Each time a model in this model suffers a mortal wound, this model must suffer that mortal wound. So it's acting like a bodyguard, basically there. So Ogryn Bodyguard. Okay, so movement 6, weapon skill 3+, ballistic skill 4+. I like that conversion actually. I really like that conversion. That represents a bodyguard unit. Huh. Okay. I'm going to get some ideas here. Ripper gun. Now Ripper guns have got a lot better. Let's check the stats out though first. Movement 6, weapon skill 3+, ballistic skill 4+, strength 6, toughness 5. 6 wounds, 5 attacks, leadership 8 and save of 5+. Ripper gun, shooting, range 18, assault 3, strength 5, AP -2, damage 2. Huge knife is strength +2, AP -2, 1 damage. You can make an additional attack with that weapon as well. Ripper gun in close combat is strength user, AP -1, 1 damage. Frag bombs is grenade D6, range 6 inches, strength 3, AP -2, 1 damage, blast. AP -2. That's good. Brute Shield. Brute Shield has a 4+ invulnerable save. The bearer has a save characteristic of 4+. The bearer has a save characteristic of 2+. Oh, that's cool. I'm glad they introduced that actually. So, yeah. 4+ Invun now. But then you can notice in the model here, you don't have to add the actual armour plate. I'm learning a lot here. This is excellent. It's good. Okay, Wargate options. This Ripper gun can be placed with one of the following: one Grenadier Gauntlet, one one Ballgrin Maul. This model's huge knife can be replaced with one of the following: one Brute Shield, one Slap Shield. This model can be equipped with one Ballgrin plate. Okay, Deddog. So movement 6, weapon skill 2+, ballistic skill 3+, strength 6, toughness 5, 7 wounds, attacks 6, leadership 8, save 4+. So we all know that stats for that. Deddog is equipped with a Ripper gun, huge knife, frag bombs. The army can only include one Deddog model. So, Deddog special rules. Abilities, make way. That's what it says. So each time this model makes a pile-in or consolidation move, he can move up to an additional 3. Not surprised, to be honest. Thunderous Headbutt. Each time this model makes an attack, an unmodified wound roll of 6 inflicts 1 mortal wound on the target in addition to any normal damage. Oh yes, he's got his headbutt back again. Excellent. That's really good. Okay. And that looks like a very cool insignia to add to bodyguard models. Yeah. Giving me some ideas here. Excellent. Okay. We have the infantry squads here. So, by the looks of things, here, I'm going to be using these 2 stats for my infantry collection. So Cadian shock troopers, as there's no more veteran squads sadly, and this is the other thing as well that's sadly missing from the Codex, there's no Commander Pask, unfortunately. There's no Commissar Yarrick either. So what has happened to Commander Pask? I think I'm kind of glad he's not in the regular rules. Now, hear me out here, because there's Sergeant Kronos, for example. He was ridiculously powerful with his Land Raider. There was this unique Land Raider that he had. But that there is a legendary model, and you can still use it for narrative play. Now, for the channel, for my channel in particular, I tend to concentrate on narrative play, narrative themed lists. I'm more of a big fan of the narrative play as opposed to tournament play. I'm not really a tournament player, I'm more of a narrative player, just to clarify that there. So Commander Pask, I believe he will be a legendary unit. So legendary as well as Commissar Yarrick. So what I'm going to do here is the other thing as well, there's no Wyvern Psykers as well. There's no Wyvern Psykers. They're gone. They're going to have to be a legendary unit as well. Okay, not the end of the world, but it's a bit annoying, but it could represent them as astropaths, I suppose, so it's not the end of the world there. So next up, we'll check out the stats for the infantry squad. Coming right up. Right, so the infantry squad. So, as I clarified, Cadian shock troopers will count as veteran squads, mainly veterans, and then the regular infantry squad will count as regulars. Now, the other thing that I looked at, sadly, again, there's no white shields, no special weapons teams, and that's a bit of a shame, to be honest with you. But again, not too upset, because they will count as legendary units. So legendary units will still count on my channel, but they won't be as common, unfortunately. So white shields will be quite rare, so I'll have to change that the way I'll sort out the Patreon page. We'll see what happens, but I hope white shields will be back. I may bring the extension book for the book that I have, that I currently use for the older stratagems. So those older stratagems may be still in use for the purpose of my channel only, but not Luke's channel, just to clarify about that. So, infantry squad. Let's check out what you can have in an infantry squad. So, you have 9 guardsmen, 1 sergeant, or 0 to 1 heavy weapons teams. So, basic stat line is exactly the same. Leadership 6 for guardsmen, save of 5+. So 2 guardsmen models in this unit can be replaced with 1 heavy weapons team. If this is the case, the unit will only contain 7 guardsmen models. The sergeant is equipped with a las pistol, frag grenades. Every guardsman is equipped with a las gun and frag grenades. Heavy weapons team is equipped with a heavy bolter, las gun or frag grenades. Okay, so heavy bolter is exactly the same stats, las gun's exactly the same stats. Voxcaster, regular Voxcaster. So the bearer gains the Voxcaster keyword. So how many points actually is a infantry squad? Is this Crusade rules? Let's go find out here. So weapons profiles. Let's check the rules out for Voxcaster. Voxcaster. We'll check that out in a second. Okay, so troops. Cadian shock troops are 65 points. Infantry squad is 65 points. Voxcaster gains the Voxcaster keyword. We'll check that out. 1 guardsman's las gun can be replaced with one of the following: 1 flamer, 1 grenade launcher, 1 melter gun, 1 plasma gun, 1 sniper rifle. 1 guardsman equipped with a las gun can be equipped with a 1 Voxcaster. This model's las gun cannot be replaced. The sergeant is equipped with one of the following: a chain sword or power sword. Sergeant's las pistol can be replaced with one of the following: 1 bolt pistol, 1 bolt gun, and 1 plasma pistol. 2 guardsman models are replaced with a heavy weapons team. The heavy weapons team's heavy bolter can be replaced with one of the following: an auto cannon, 1 las cannon, 1 missile launcher, 1 mortar. Abilities: regimental tactics. Keywords: Imperium, Astra Militarum, Infantry Corps, Platoon, Regimental, Infantry Squad. So then next up is Cadian shock troops. Looks like it's exactly the same stats, except for, just to clarify this short, instead of having 1 special weapon, 1 heavy weapon, with regards to equipment, for the infantry squad, they can take 2 special weapons, 2 special weapons, basically. So, shock troops. Each time a model in this unit makes a ranged attack with a las gun or las pistol, an unmodified hit roll of 6 scores 1 additional hit. So that's good. That is. It represents their veterancy, I suppose, being promoted to 2 shock troops. So Cadian shock troops will represent Guardsmen first class. Infantry squad will represent Guardsmen second and third class. And white shields will be legendary models, sadly. They've been reduced to legendary. But they will still be used, definitely, for Apocalypse. But I have to use the rules for the previous Codex. Unless Games Workshop release a legendary units section, which I'm sure they will, because characters such as Yarrick and Commander Pask are sadly absent. And Wyvern Psykers as well. So that's the Cadian and Infantry squads done. Death Corps of Krieg. We'll fast forward to these. Excellent rules though. Do check them out. Okay. Now these are definitely Cadians. The Kasrkin Stormtroopers. Oh wow. That's such lovely models. Really cannot wait to use these in game. These will be the Special Forces units that I'll be using for future 40k games. Yes, I will definitely, hopefully, be getting Kasrkin Stormtroopers at long last in plastic. How cool are they? So let's check them out. So the Kasrkin Stormtrooper. Let's check how many points they cost. Kasrkin Stormtroopers. They are elites, and they cost 100 points. A plasma pistol is 5 points. Power sword is 5 points. Okay. Next up is the unit stats. So you can have up to 10. So movement 6, weapon skill 4+, ballistic skill 3+, which they're better at shooting. These are true elites. They are the elite of the elite of the Cadian army, handpicked by the regimental commanders. Strength 3, toughness 3, wounds 1, attacks 2, base, leadership 7, save 4+. The sergeant is exactly the same, except he's got 3 attacks and a leadership characteristic of 8. The Kasrkin Sergeant is equipped with a bolt pistol, frag grenades and crack grenades. So frag and crack is still there. Every Kasrkin trooper is equipped with a hotshot lasgun or hellgun, frag grenades and crack grenades. Bolt pistol, we all know the stats for that. Hotshot lasguns now, instead of range 18, they are now 24. Yes, that's what it should be. It should be an improved lasgun. Thank you Games Workshop for sorting that out. So a hotshot lasgun is now range 24, rapid fire 1, strength 3, AP -2, 1 damage. And then you've got a hotshot marksman rifle, range 36, heavy 1, strength 4, AP -2, flat 3 damage, and it can pick out characters, and it has the rules for sniper. So 6s inflict mortal wounds on the target in addition to any normal damage. Absolutely brilliant. Hotshot marksman rifle. Really cool. I like that concept. Okay, so they've got mill to mine, and at long last they can have Voxcasters, which is brilliant. The only thing that is different, which is a bit of a shame, is the fact that you can't split them into smaller combat squads of 5. So you can't split them into little mini squads of 5, which is a bit of a shame. But it represents the fact that they are heavy infantry version of the regular infantry. So which are, they like to work as a team in unison. And it represents different tactics to the Tempestus Scions, of which you can split those units into 2 units of 5 if you so wish. So up to 4 Kasrkin troopers can each have their hotshot lasguns replaced with one of the following: 1 flamer, 1 grenade launcher, 1 hotshot volley gun, and a melter gun, 1 plasma gun. So 1 Kasrkin hot shot las gun can be replaced with one of the 1 hot shot marksman rifle. Oh, okay. So is that affected? No, it's not affected by special weapons, by the looks of things. Yeah, that's cool. 1 Kasrkin trooper. Hot shot las gun can be replaced with a hot shot las pistol and a melter mine. 1 Kasrkin trooper equipped with a hot shot las gun can be equipped with 1 Vox caster. The Kasrkin sergeant is equipped with one of the following: 1 chainsword, 1 power sword. The Kasrkin sergeant's bolt pistol can be replaced with one of the following: 1 hot shot las pistol, 1 plasma pistol. You cannot select the same weapon more than twice per unit. Let's just clarify this. Yes, that's the same as the infantry squad. This model's hotshot las gun cannot be replaced. Okay, fair enough. Regimental tactics. And they have access to that. Warrior elites. When you add this unit to your army, you can select 1 doctrine from pages 60 to 61 that no other unit from your army has. This unit has the doctrine in addition to any others it has. Oh yeah. So you can pick an additional doctrine. And these are some of the weapons that they are equipped with. Oh yeah. Yeah, they look so cool, don't they? Really glad. No. Is that a Medipack? Is that a Medipack symbol? Could well be. I'm just looking at these models here. Medipack. Did I say Medipack? Doesn't say Medipack, but I'm looking at the helmet insignia on the top here. Is that Medipack? Or is that frag and crack grenades? Okay, that's alright, I'll fast forward that. Okay, Regimental Preacher. Okay, he costs 40 points and cost 5 points for a power maul. Okay. Movement 6, weapon skill 4+, ballistic skill 4+, strength 3, toughness 3, 4 wounds, tax 3, leadership 8, and save 6+. And auto pistol, it's the same as a las pistol. Preacher shotgun is assault 2, strength 4, range 12, AP -0, 1 damage. Servo Stubler, range 12, strength, range 12, pistol 3. Salvo Stubber, pistol 3, strength 4, AP 0, 1 damage. Power maul, melee strength +3, AP -1. Okay, that's for an extra 5 points. This model is auto pistol, so a stubber maul can be replaced with one of the following: 1 auto gun, 1 auto pistol, 1 chainsword, 1 bolt pistol, 1 preacher shotgun, and a chainsword. Warrior Zealot. Each time this model makes a melee attack, if it's made a charge move, was charged or performed a heroic intervention this turn, you can reroll the hit roll. Rosarius, 4+ invulnerable save. Righteous Rhetoric. In your command phase, select one of the friendly Astra Militarum Corps, an Astra Militarum infantry character unit within 6 of this model, and roll 1d6. A 3+, select one of the following. So it's kind of like what chaplains have, very similar. Until the start of your next command phase, add 1 to the charge rolls made for that unit, and each time a model in that unit makes a melee attack, you can re-roll the hit roll. That's good. At the start of the next command phase, models in this unit have a 6+ invulnerable save and cannot be affected by malediction psychic powers. If they are currently being affected by malediction psychic powers, the effects of those powers immediately cease to apply to models in that unit. Okay, so that's the regimental preachers. I'm glad they have preachers still in the Codex. Sergeant Harker is Katchan, but he is cool. Check out Luke's review for more info for that. Regimental Engine Seer. I thought these weren't in the Codex, but they are. And Servitors as well. Brilliant. Let's just check this out. Okay, Regimental Engine Seer. Last pistol is the same. Engine Seer X times 2, +2 AP +2 damage. Servo arm. Oh, his ballistic skill 3+ now. It's better. And servo arm. Melee strength times 2 AP -2 3 damage. You can only make one attack for that. Enhanced Bionics. This model has a 5+ invulnerable save. That's good. Okay, it's cool. Battlefield repairs. The end of the movement phase, this model can repair one friendly Astra Militarum vehicle. Within 3 of this model regains D3 lost wounds. Each model can only be repaired once per turn. Omniscience Blessing. In your command phase, select one friendly Astra Militarum vehicle model within 3 of this model. Until the start of the next command phase, that vehicle has a 5+ invulnerable save. Excellent. That's really cool. Omniscience Blessing. Yeah, I could put that near a Baneblade. 5 up in Vun. Yeah, that's cool. Okay. Next up is Ministorum Servitors. I can have up to 4 Servitors. Every model equipped with a servo arm, plasma cannon. Supercharge all the regular rules for plasma. Servo arm, strength times 2, AP -2, 3 damage, and no more than 1 attack. War gears. So up to 2 Ministorum Servitors can have servo arm, replace 1 heavy bolter, 1 multi-metal, 1 plasma cannon. Mine lock. While this unit is within 6 of any friendly Astra Militarum Engine Seer models, models in this unit have a weapon skill, ballistic skill characteristic of 4+, and a leadership characteristic of 8. In addition to your army, it's battle forged, and each Astra Militarum Engine Seer model is included a detachment for Ministorum Servitors. Unit can be included with detachment without taking up the battlefield role slot. Excellent. That's cool. So not really much changed there for Ministorum Servitors. Right, now we have Commissars. Oh, I've just noticed something. Oh dear. Where are the Lord Commissars? Where are the Lord Commissars? There's no more Lord Commissar. Okay. Never mind. Never mind. Oh no! Lord Commissars have gone. But I suppose you could represent him as a Commissar nonetheless. Never mind. Probably be a legendary unit. I just realised that because Lord Commissar used to be HQ choice. It's not to be. Anyway, let's check out Commissar rules. So points actually for Regimental Engine Seer is 40 points, and Militarum Servitors 40 points for 4 models. Okay, and a Commissar next is 40 points. It's pretty much double the expense, but he's a lot better now. Commissars are cool. So movement 6, weapon skill 3+, ballistic skill 3+, strength 3, toughness 3, 4 wounds, 3 attacks, leadership 8, save 5+. Bolt pistol, chainsword, usual equipment there. Commissar is equipped with a bolt pistol, chainsword. War gear options, this model's bolt pistol can be replaced with 1 plasma pistol. This model's chainsaw can be replaced with 1 power sword. What? Can I equip commissars with power fists? By the looks of things, you can't. You cannot equip a commissar with a power fist anymore. I'm stumped. Okay. There's a lot missing here from this codex, which is, to me, it's a great shame. Why did they get rid of power fists? That's a great shame. I double checked. You can't take power fists. Even though you got Games Workshop models with commissars equipped with power fists. Okay, maybe it's a type error, but by the looks of things, you can't give them power fists. Okay, enough from that. There's a little critique there, sadly, from this unit entry. But anyway, commissars in general are overall better. So, voice of command, regimental tactics, refractor field. Okay, there's a 5+ invulnerable save as standard. Political overwatch for each commandant and command squad unit included in a detachment. 1 commissar model can be included in that detachment without taking up a battlefield role slot. Excellent. Summary execution. Once per turn, when a friendly Astra Militarum core unit within 6 of this model fails the morale test, this model can use this ability. If it does so until the end of the phase, each time a combat attrition test is taken for that unit, it automatically passed. So it represents you kill one of the guardsmen and execute him, and then the rest carry on fighting. It represents the fear of the commissar as opposed to the fear of the enemy. Fear the commissar, lads and ladies. So commissars are better, but I think there's a type error, or just Games Workshop have just missed it with regards to power fists. I'm going to have to use power fists in narrative games only. What a shame. Okay, never mind. Next up, we're going to check out Ogryns. Right, Ogryns. So we've briefly looked at Ogryns previously. So it's the same, except they have 3 wounds, standard. And Wall of Muscle, subtract 1 from the damage characteristic. They have exactly the same. Point blank barrage, you have an engagement range, pretty much the same. Now, what's different here is Ogryn units used to be in size of 9, maximum, minimum 3. Now, maximum is 6, minimum is 3, because you go for 1 bonehead. Okay. So I may have to do some bodyguard conversions for the command squads, but not to be. That's fine. It's not a problem at all. So that's Ogryns. Next up, we've got Bulgryns here. Bulgryns are pretty much exactly the same as bodyguards, except for, of course, wounds 3. And again, 2 to 5 Bulgryns, and then 1 Bulgryn bonehead, so 6 there. So a unit of Ogryns and Bulgryns. points cost for them. Is, there we go, Ogryn's is 30 points per model. Ogryn's is 30 points per model. Grenadier Gauntlet. Okay, this is slightly different. Range 18, Assault D6, Strength 4, AP -1, 1 damage. That was better than it was. The Grenadier Gauntlet was terrible in the previous Codex, but now it's a little bit better now. Next up, Ogryn Powermaul, Strength +1. Oh, only AP -1 and 2 damage. So regular Ogryns with their Ripper guns are better. Okay. Right, that's interesting. Rattlings are a squad of 5 is 50 points. And by the looks of things, you used to have units of 10 in a unit. But now it's just a unit of 5. Not that bad of a difference, to be honest with you. But they do look cool. I love Rattlings. So, movement 5, weapon skill 5+, ballistic skill 3+, strength 2, toughness 2, wounds 1, attacks 1, leadership 5, and a save of 6+. Sniper rifle is range 36, heavy 1, strength 4, AP -1, 1 damage, and it has ignores the lookout sir, and it inflicts 1 mortal wound in addition to normal damage. Abilities, so find the best spot. During deployment, when you set up this unit, it can be set up anywhere on the battlefield that is more than 9 inches away from the enemy deployment zone and any enemy models. Shoot, sharp, and scarper. Once per turn, after this unit has shot, it has made a normal move. If it does so after the resolve in the Overwatch, your opponent can select new targets for the charge. Oh, that's really cool. I love it when they can just shoot, scarp, and they can flee from that charge. Naturally stealthy. Each time a range attack is made against this unit, subtract 1 from the hit roll. Each time a range attack is allocated to the model in this unit while it is receiving the benefits of cover, add 1 to any armor saving throw made against that attack. Righty-ho. You can make a normal move, and movement characteristic is 5. So that means it can move 5 away from the charge. That's brilliant. Naturally stealthy. Each time a ranged attack is made against this unit, subtract 1 to the hit roll. Cool. And each time a ranged attack is allocated to a model in this unit while it is receiving the benefits of cover, add 1 plus additional 1 to any armor saving throw made against that attack. So they'll get a 4+ saving cover instead of a 5+. Yeah, Rattlings. I've always been a big fan of the Rattlings. I've always loved them. So Attilian Rough Riders. I won't go through the rules for these because they're not Cadian. Because I only collect Cadian models. But do check out the overview on Luke's channel for the full rules specs there. My opinions on the Attilian Rough Riders. I'm so glad they're back. Absolutely fantastic. I do love the models and they look really cool. And furthermore, apparently they are super powerful units to have as well. I reckon they'll be very popular in the game. So that's the Attilian Rough Riders. And next up, we're going to check out the vehicles now, the Sentinels. So, Scout Sentinel, this is fast attack unit. And fast attack, we have fast attack Scout Sentinel is 40 points. Now, let's check out the stats here. So, Scout Sentinel has a movement category of 12. Whoa. That's fast. That's an improvement to the older pattern Sentinel. Weapon skill 4, plus, ballistic skill 4 plus, strength 6, toughness 6, 7 wounds, attacks 2, leadership 7, and a save of 4 plus. Better toughness as well. Used to be toughness 5, now they're toughness 4. Yes, this is an improvement here. It's all the basic stats here. You can have 1 to 3 sentinels. Excellent. This unit contains, if this unit contains 2 models, it can has a power rating of 6, and it contains 3 models. So for 40 points, it's pretty good. And the weapons are free as well. Every model is equipped with a Militarum multi-laser. The stats are the same, except there is an improvement with the plasma cannon. Previously, when you fired a plasma cannon and supercharged and you rolled that dreaded 1, the entire model would be removed. Now it looks like here that each time an unmodified hit roll of a 1 is made for that attack for this weapon, the profile of the bearer suffers 1 mortal wound after shooting with this weapon. So it's good news there for the Sentinel. It looks like the plasma cannon is far more reliable for here. Sentinel chainsaw now they can have. So Cadians can be equipped with the Sentinel chainsaw. Strength is user AP minus 2 damage. Each time the bearer fights, it makes 1 additional attack with this weapon. And it has a basic characteristic attacks of 3 attacks. And the strength is 6. Pretty good. Okay, it's regimental tactics, so you can issue orders to them. That's brilliant. Regimental tactics. So for vehicles, for example, let's just check out vehicles. Let's check out regimental tactics. Yeah, regimental tactics, that's fine. Okay. So, daring recon. During deployment, when set up this unit, it can be set up anywhere on the battlefield that is more than 9 inches away from the enemy deployment zone and any enemy models. So they can really scout ahead. Really cool. Explodes. If it explodes on roll 6, suffers 1 mortal wound. There's a better scout sentinel here. The post-fall of Cadian sentinel pattern. This is technically the Mark 3. Yeah, Mark 3 sentinel. Armoured sentinels. This is 45 points. 1 to 3. Movement 8. Still pretty good for an armoured sentinel. Weapon skill 4 plus, ballistic skill 4 plus, strength 6, toughness 6, 7 wounds. It's more wounds now. Attacks 2, leadership 7, save 3 plus. Oh yes, the Militarum multi-laser is better now. Heavy 4, strength 6, AP minus 1, 1 damage. I thought they would improve that, and they have. That's excellent. Right. Oh, so Scout Sentinels now can take plasma cannons. Excellent. They can take plasma cannons. Next up, any number of models can be equipped with 1 Sentinel chainsaw. Any number of models can be equipped with 1 hunter killer missile. Yep, so you can scout sentinels, that's the same. Okay, armoured cockpit. Each time a ranged attack with this damage characteristic of 1 is allocated to a model with this unit, add 1 to the armour saving throw against that attack. Oh right, so there's a 2 plus armour save against damage 1 weapons. Cool. They're cool. Explodes. Each time a model of this unit is destroyed, roll 1d6 before removing it from play. On a roll of 6, explodes, suffers 1 more wound. Right, next up we have the Hellhound. The Hellhound has had some improvements. I need to go back to the points system. Points. Hellhound is 110 points. Armoured Tracks is 5 points, Dozer Blade 5 points, Hunter Killer Missile 5 points, and Multi-Melter 10 points. There. Okay. Hellhound, number composition 1. Some of this model's characteristics change if it suffers damage, as shown below. So movement 12, weapon skills 6+, ballistic skill 4+, strength 6, toughness 7, 11 wounds, 3 attacks. Leadership 7 and a save of 3+. The Hellhound is equipped with Inferno Cannon, heavy flamer. Chem Cannon, range 12. This is different now, so the Chem Cannon is really good now. Range 12, heavy D3 plus 3, strength 2, toughness, strength 2, AP minus 3, 2 damage. Each time an attack is made with this weapon, that attack automatically hits the target, and if the target does not have the vehicle or Titanic keywords, an unmodified wound roll of a 2+ is always successful. I can wound monsters with this. Oh yeah. Heavy Flamer. It's exactly the same. We know the stats for the Heavy Flamer. Inferno Cannon is range 18, heavy 2d6, strength 6, AP minus 2, 1 damage. Turret weapon. Each time an attack is made with this weapon, that attack automatically hits the target. Melter Cannon is range 24, heavy D3, strength 9, AP minus 4, damage D6 plus 2. Within half range, it is D6 plus 4. Against the Dozer Blade, the bearer gains the Dozer Blade keyword and can ignore any or all modifiers to its move characteristic, advance rolls, and charge rolls. You can ignore any or all modifiers. So bracketed is not a modifier, it's just a stat line. But in case there's any modifiers, the Dozer Blade just ignores that. That's good rules writing there. Clarification. Armoured Tracks. The bearer gains the armoured keyword, and each time a ranged attack with a damage characteristic of 1 is allocated to the bearer, add 1 to the armour saving throw made against that attack. So could have a potential of a 2+ save with damage 1 weapons. And that's cool. War gear options. This model's Inferno Cannon can be replaced with one of the following: a 1 Chem Cannon, 1 Melter Cannon. This model's Heavy Flamer can be replaced with one of the following: a Heavy Bolter and 1 Multi-Melter. This model can be equipped with 1 Dozer Blade. This model can be equipped with 1 Hunter Killer Missile. This model can be equipped with 1 Armoured Tracks. Regimental Tactics. Explodes if within 6 inches on a roll of 6, suffers D3 mortal wounds. Oh, on a 5+. Yes, on a 5+. It used to be a 4+. Because Hellhounds have exposed fuel dumps and Prometheum. Alright, okay, let's look at this tank here. The Rogal Dorn Battle Tank. Very much excited to look at this stat line here. So this is the new Games Workshop model that have filled in the gap between medium battle tank and super heavy tank. Now we have a heavy tank. So here we go. So Rogal Dorn Battle Tank. Some of this model's characteristic change as it suffers damage, as shown below. So the Rogal Dorn tank has a movement characteristic of 10, weapon skill 6+, ballistic skill 4+, strength 8, toughness 9, 17 wounds, 6 attacks, leadership 8, and a save of 2+. Wow, toughness 9 on a tank. And it degrades movement from 8 and 6, and ballistic skill 5+ to 6+. Attacks degrade from D6 and D3. A Rogal Dorn Battle Tank is equipped with a Castigator Gatling Cannon, Heavy Stubber, and a Twin Battle Cannon. So the Castigator battle cannon is range 24, heavy 12, strength 5, AP -1, 1 damage. Coaxial autocannon is, we all know the stats for that. It is a turret weapon though, so it's hitting on 3s. Heavy bolter, we know the stats for that. Heavy stubber, that's exactly the same as it was. Heavy 3. Melter gun is exactly the same. Multi-melter is exactly the same. The oppressor cannon, here we go. So range 90, heavy D6 +3, strength 10, AP -3, 4 damage. That is good. That is really good. I like that. 4 damage. The pulverizer cannon is mounted on the hull. Range 24. It's the smaller cousin of the demolisher cannon. Heavy D6 is strength 8, AP -2, 3 damage. Blast. Twin battle cannon is range 72. Heavy 2d6, strength 8, AP -3, 3 damage. Blast turret weapon. So it is a better battle cannon than the standard battle cannon. Other war gear. Armoured tracks. The bearer gains the armoured keyword, and each time the ranged attack with damage characteristic 1 allocated to the bearer, add 1 to the armour saving throws made against their attack. War gear options. This model's twin battle cannon is replaced with 1 oppressor cannon and coaxial autocannon. This model's Castigator Gatling cannon can be replaced with 1 pulverizer cannon. This model can be equipped with one of the following: 2 melter guns, 2 additional heavy stubbers. Excuse me. This model can be equipped with one of the following: 2 heavy bolters and 2 multi-melters. And this model can be equipped with armoured tracks. Regimental tactics. Explodes. Roll for 6. It's 6 inches. It suffers D6 mortal wounds. And the Rogal Dorn heavy tank has a power rating of 14. And it will cost it will cost 250 points. Weapons are the same. It costs 5 points for armoured tracks. Heavy bolter 5 points. Heavy stubber 5 points. Then you got melter gun 5 points. Multi melter 15 points. So that there is the Rogal Dorn heavy tank. I absolutely love the model, and I really cannot wait to get a few of these models on the tabletop, added to the post-fall Cadian army. Okay, so heavy weapons squad. Number composition is 3. Heavy weapons squad, actually. Let's check how many points it costs. It costs 55 points. Units cost 3 models. Power rating of 3. Heavy weapons team. So movement characteristic of 6. Weapon skill 4+, ballistic skill 4+, strength 3, toughness 3, 2 wounds, tax 2, leadership 6, save 5+. Every model is equipped with a heavy bolter, las gun, frag grenades. And any number of models can have a heavy bolter replaced with one of the following: 1 autocannon, 1 las cannon, 1 missile launcher, 1 mortar. Now, what's interesting here, this is, let's just put this back here. What's interesting, I'm looking at this picture and it's a bit bizarre. I thought he was going to be equipped with a Voxcaster, but it appears not so. Even though the picture has a Voxcaster. Another glitch in the system. Why is the heavy bolter crew, the gunner, equipped with a Voxcaster? Can he have a Voxcaster? Doesn't say. Okay, I'm just spotting these little things because it's just a bit strange. Okay, never mind. Right, now let's move on. But I do love the new models for the heavy weapons squads. I will be getting a few of those. Next up is the Field Ordnance Battery, the new guns. So how much do these cost? Field Ordnance guns. 130 points for 2 models. So they have to have units of 2. So 2 ordnance teams. So movement 6, weapon skill 4+, ballistic skill 4+, strength 3, toughness 4, 6 wounds, 3 attacks, leadership 6, save 4+. Every model is equipped with a Malleus rocket launcher and 2 las guns, frag grenades. Okay, the Bombast field gun is basically the equivalent of a mini earth shaker. So range 48, heavy D6, strength 7, AP -2, damage 2. Blast. This weapon can target units that are not visible to the bearer. That's cool. So you can do direct fire and indirect fire there. I believe there's going to be the AP. There's not going to be AP -1. Sorry, there's going to be it's going to be affected by -1 to hit, unless you have the Bombardier Specialists, which is where the regimental trait comes from, which is a really good move, I believe, from Games Workshop, because it represents the fact that the Space Marines are just as good as shooting from artillery, if not better. The other thing as well is the heavy las cannon. This is the interesting weapon here. Range 48, heavy 2, strength 10. Whoa, AP -4. Woohoo! And damage D3 +3, heavy 2. That's a potential of 12 damage. Very nice. 2 shots as well. And it can take regimental tactics as well. Next up is las gun. We know the stats for that. Malleus rocket launcher. Oh, it's equipped with 2 las guns, just to clarify with that. The Malleus rocket launcher is range 48, heavy D6, +6, strength 6, AP -1, 1 damage. But when looking at the picture of the Malleus rocket launcher, it looks as though it's firing up. I'm surprised that it's not an indirect fire weapon. Not to worry. Okay, any number of models each have their Malleus rocket launcher replaced with one of the following: 1 Bombast field gun, 1 heavy las cannon. Regimental tactics, field ordnance battery, know all the keywords. Power rating is 6. Love the new models though. Cannot wait to paint them. So here we are, the Leman Russ battle tank, the good old faithful and reliable tank, Leman Russ battle tanks. So let's go back to the command vehicle. The command vehicle is 160 points, and the Leman Russ it costs 150 points. Movement characteristic of 10, weapon skill 6+, ballistic skill 4+, strength 7, toughness 8, 13 wounds now, +1 wounds, really good. 6 attacks, that's good. Leadership 7 and a save of 2+, hoorah. And okay, if this unit contains, oh no. Yeah, you can take 1 to 3. Number composition. Excellent. So you still take your squadrons of 3 Leman Russes. Okay. Okay. And let's check this out. So, this unit contains 2 models. It has a power rating of 18. If this unit contains 3 models, it has a power rating of 27. Every model is equipped with a Leman Russ battle cannon and las cannon. Oh, that's excellent. Don't have to pay any points by the looks of things. I thought it was heavy bolter. Oh, okay. So you have to pay 5 points for a heavy bolter or 5 points for a lance cannon. Okay, fair enough. Okay. So, Demolisher Battle Cannon. Demolisher Battle Cannon is range 24, heavy D6, strength 10, AP -3, D3 plus 3 damage. So it's used to be 2d6 choosing the best, but they've changed that to just d6. But remember, it's hitting on a 3+, and the damage is a bit more reliable. Minimum of 2. Actually, minimum of 4 damage, actually. Okay. So the Demolisher Battle Cannon is range 24, heavy d6, strength 10, AP -3, d3 plus 3 damage. Minimum of 4 damage. But less shots though, but more reliable when shooting, because this counts as a turret weapon. Eradicator Nova Cannon is range 36, heavy D3 plus 6. It's a good rate of shooting actually. It is strength 6, AP -2, 2 damage. Blast turret weapon. Each time an attack is made with this weapon, the target does not receive the benefits of light cover against that attack. It's cool. So it's really a siege gun, knocking out vehicles. No, knocking out infantry behind cover. That's what it's primarily designed for. Okay, the Executioner Plasma Cannon. Before selecting targets, select one of the following profiles before they make the attacks with. Standard. Okay. Ooh, this is different. Range 36, heavy D6 plus 3. Strength 7, AP -4, 2 damage? Oh yeah. Oh, I like that. And Supercharge is the same rate of fire, same range, strength 8, AP -4, 3 damage. Turret weapon as well, is going to be hitting on 3s. Each time an unmodified hit roll of 1 is made from an attack with this weapon profile, the bearer suffers 1 mortal wound after shooting with this weapon. Executioner Plasma Cannons. Oh, I like them. Oh, they're really good. Okay, the Exterminator Autocannon. Let's see if this is improved. Range 48, heavy 6, strength 8, AP -2, 2 damage. Turret weapon. It's better, I think. It's a little bit better. It's got good AP, but it's still not quite the best. It's interesting that the Exterminator says nothing here. No, nothing. No cost. Las Cannon, we all know the stats for that. Leman Russ Battle Cannon. Range 72, D6 plus 3 shots. Strength 8, AP -2, flat 3 damage. That's a better gun now. And it's hitting on 3s. Okay, Punisher Gatling Cannon is range 24, heavy 20. Strength 6. That's really good. Gets toughness 3 units. AP -1. That's even better. 1 damage. Anti-personnel weapon. And I'm actually glad that they've done it, the stats like this. These are really good stat lines so far. Oh boy. The Vanquisher cannon is range 72. Exterminator autocannon, Leman Russ. Okay, range 2. Okay, the range is the same as the previous codex. Okay. Vanquisher cannon is range 72, heavy 1, strength 14, AP minus 5, D3 plus 6 damage. Turret weapon. Each time an attack is made with this weapon, if that attack is successfully wounds the target, invulnerable saving throws cannot be made against that attack. The target suffers D3 mortal wounds in addition to any normal damage. Oh wow. Oh yes. Let's bring on the Firefly. When Luke mentioned this in his Codex review, I was laughing my head off. I'm so glad the Vanquisher is better, because the Vanquisher is just a door knocker. Now it's actually got proper anti-tank capability. Definitely taking Vanquishers again. Absolutely brilliant. We already looked at the rules for Dozer Blade and Armoured Tracks. So war gear options. Any number of models can each have a Leman Russ battle cannon replaced with one of the following: one Demolisher cannon, one Eradicator Nova cannon, one Exterminator plasma cannon, one Exterminator autocannon. Sorry, one Executioner plasma cannon, one Exterminator autocannon, one Punisher Gatling cannon, and one Vanquisher battle cannon. Any number of models each have their lance cannon replaced with one of the following: heavy bolter or heavy flamer. Any number of models each equipped with one of the following: 2 heavy bolters, 2 heavy flamers, 2 multi-melters, 2 Militarum plasma cannons. We will check them out. Actually, we'll check out the Militarum plasma cannons. Yeah, it's just AP minus 3. Yeah, just basic plasma cannon. Okay, any number of models can each be equipped with one of the following: 1 heavy stubber, 1 storm bolter. I'm glad they put them back as well. Any number of models can each be equipped with a dozer blade, 1 hunter killer missile, or any number, and any number of armoured tracks. Regimental tactics explodes when this model is destroyed, or D6, roll 6, suffers D3 mortal wounds. Vehicle squadron. When this unit is first set up on the battlefield, its models do not have to be set up in that unit coherently. Instead, each model must be set up within 6 of one another. The model. From that point on, each model in this unit is treated as a separate unit. Okay. That's good that they've done that, and that was just like the previous Codex. Basilisks. We're going to check out the Basilisk next. So it's got 11 wounds. Oh, it's back up to toughness 7. That's an improvement. Basilisk. How much does the Basilisk cost? Basilisk is heavy support. 140 points. Okay. Right. So, does it have the turret weapon keyword? It does not have the turret weapon keyword, which makes sense. It's an artillery vehicle. A Basilisk is equipped with an Earthshaker cannon and heavy flamer. Earthshaker cannon is 240 inch range, heavy D6 plus 3, strength 10, AP minus 3, 2 damage. It used to be D3 damage, but I prefer the flat 2 damage because you know what you're getting. And the rate of fire is better to compensate that as well. This weapon can target units that are not visible to the bearer. Heavy flamer, we know the stats for that. Dozer blade, or looked at that already. Can take a heavy bolter and a heavy flamer. Regimental tactics, explodes, model is destroyed, all 63 mortal wounds. Right, next up is the Hydra. The Hydra I love the Hydra. Big fan of the Hydra model. In fact, I'm a fan of all the models. Right, so it's toughness 7 now. 11 wounds. Hydra quad autocannon is range 72, heavy 8, strength 7, AP -2, 2 damage. Turret weapon, so that's really good. So that's hitting on +1 to hit. And each time an attack is made with this weapon against an aircraft unit, make 2 hit rolls instead of 1 and add 1 to both its hit rolls. Whoa. Oh, that is a shredder. So double the number of 2 hit rolls. So that could be, is that heavy 16 against flyers? Aircraft unit. Yeah. Yeah, Hydras are good. Really, really good against flyers. Which they should be, because they're nasty against flyers. Damage potential of 32 damage against flyers. I think. Maybe. Cool. All the usual rules. Yep. Hydra. How much is the Hydra? Hydra is 110 points. Very good. Next up is the Manticore. Manticore costs... Manticore costs 140 points. 11 wounds. Plus save. Okay, Storm Eagle rockets is range 120, heavy D6 +3, strength 9, AP -2, flat 3 damage. Blast. This weapon can target units that are not visible to the bearer. The bearer can only shoot this weapon 4 times per battle. Good, it's clarified that. Dozer Blade, Armored Tracks. Yes, I like that. I love Manticores. Need to get a couple more of those. The Wyvern. I do have these models, but I need to paint them. I'm tempted to get some more Hydras as well. There's so many vehicles I need to get. The Wyvern. Wyvern costs 120 points. It is same pretty much stat lines because it's a Chimera chassis. Okay, the Wyvern Quad Storm Shard Mortar. It's range 48, heavy, 4d6, strength 5, AP -1, 1 damage. Okay, it's increased strength. 4d6 shots. It's still good. Still a good weapon. Blast. This weapon can target units that are not visible to the bearer. The only thing that it's lost is its reroll wounds ability, which is okay. It's not too bad. I still love the Wyvern. It's an evil tank. This machine spirit in the narrative is powerful. Next up is the Death Strike. Now, I haven't got a Death Strike, but seeing the new rules, the leaks from Games Workshop, I'm really tempted to get 1 or 2, maybe a squadron of 3. And I do like the way they've done their warheads with the different colours. I really like that. So I will be copying the Games Workshop style for red warhead, green and blue. So that's an idea I'm going to do. It represents the different warheads as well. So here we go. The Death Strike. This is what a lot of people have been talking about in the community. Death Strike is heavy support. It costs 160 points. Some of the model's characteristics change as it suffers damage, as shown below. So we know all the stat lines here. Okay. Right. So here we go. A Death Strike is equipped with a Heavy Bolter, and a Death Strike is also equipped with a Death Strike missile. But unlike conventional weapons, this is described in the abilities section of this datasheet. So here we go. So we all know the basic stats there for the weapons. Look up there. Okay, here we go. So, regimental tactics, Death Strike missile. During the muster arm step, after you have seen your opponent's army roster, select one of the following warheads for this model to be equipped with, and make a note of this section. Make a note of this selection on your army roster. God Spear warhead, Plasma Barrage warhead, Vortex warhead. Align target. This model can perform the following action. So it is an action. Very cool. Align target. Action. In your command phase, any number of Death Strike models from your army that have not launched their missile can start to perform this action. The action is completed at the end of your turn. If completed, you must do one of the following. Place. Number 1. Place the Death Strike target marker anywhere on the battlefield for the model that completed this action. 2. If the Death Strike target marker is already on the battlefield for the model that has completed this action, move that marker to anywhere on the battlefield. Explodes. When this model is destroyed, roll a d6 before removing it from play, adding 3 to the result. If the model has not launched its missile, on the roll of a 6+, each unit suffers within 6 inches d3 mortal wounds. Launch missile. If your shooting phase, in your shooting phase, when this model is selected to shoot, if it is not within engagement range of any enemy units, its Death Strike marker is on the battlefield. See left. It has not launched its missile. You can choose for the missile to be launched. If you do so, resolve the relevant effect below for the warhead this model is equipped with. See left. Okay, the God Spear warhead. Roll 1d6 for each unit within 3 inches of the centre of the model's Death Strike target marker. On a 2 to 3, that unit suffers 8 mortal wounds. Roll for 4 to 5, it suffers 12 mortal wounds. And a roll for 6, it suffers 16 mortal wounds. Wow. Cool, that knocks out a Land Raider with one shot. I think it would knock out more than that with a Land Raider, to be honest. Then remove the model's Death Strike marker from the battlefield. Plasma Barrage warhead. Roll 1d6 for each unit within d3 plus 6 at the centre of this model's Death Strike target marker, subtracting 1 for the result that an Infantry character unit. On a 2 to 3, the unit suffers d3 plus 1 mortal wounds. On a 4 to 5, it suffers 2d3 mortal wounds, and on a roll of 6, it suffers d3 plus 3 mortal wounds. Then remove this model's Death Strike target marker from the battlefield. Vortex warhead. At the end of each of your shooting phases, if this model's Death Strike marker is on the battlefield, roll 1d6 for each unit within d3 plus 3 of the centre of the marker. On a 2 to 3, the unit suffers d3 mortal wounds. On a 4 to 5, it suffers d3 plus 1 mortal wounds. On a roll of a 6, it suffers 2d3 mortal wounds. Then roll 1d6. On a 1 to 3, remove the model's Death Strike marker from the battlefield. And on a 4+, do not remove the marker from the battlefield, but that it cannot be moved using the align target action. See the rest of the battle. For the rest of the battle. Oh wow. So it just keeps going and going and going. Whew. So with these two here, it looks like it's one use only, whereas this one, it just keeps going. Unless you roll 1 to 3. Right, next up is the Chimera. So, good old faithful transporter. The Chimera is a transport vehicle, and it costs 85 points. Very reliable. The only difference here is it has 11 wounds. Used to have 10. And it's equipped. It can be equipped with a multi-laser, which is improved now. Heavy 4, strength 6, AP -1 damage. Turret weapon, so it's hitting on freeze. Lasgun array is rapid fire 6, strength 3, AP 0, 1 damage. Represents lasguns on the side. Excellent. And yeah, we know all the shenanigans there. Explode, we know all the shenanigans there. Okay, mobile command vehicle. This is an improvement. I'm glad they've done this now. In your command phase, if one or more officer models are embarked within the transport, on those officer models can issue orders it knows. When doing so, measure the distances to and from the transport model. Absolutely brilliant. Thank you, Games Workshop, for clarifying and sorting that out. Used to spend a command point to issue order from a Chimera, so annoying, but now you can just issue an order for free if an officer is inside the Chimera. So much better. Praise the Emperor. Next up is the Taurox. Here, just the regular Taurox. So movement 14. It's pretty fast actually. Weapon skill 6+, ballistic skill 4+, strength 6, toughness 6, 10 wounds, attacks 3, leadership 7, save 3+. It's equipped with an autocannon, storm bolter. A Taurox equipped with 2 autocannons. Yes, will I be getting Tauroxes? I've got 4 of them, but I need to construct them for my Scions, which Siege Studios are doing, and I'm going to magnetise the bumper, so it will have the regular Taurox as well as the Taurox Prime. Armour tracks. We've got that there. Excellent. Okay, transport capacity. Actually, the transport capacity of the Chimera. So it can transport. Let's go back to the Chimera. Sorry about this, guys. This model has a transport capacity of 12 Astra Militarum infantry models. Each heavy weapons team and veteran heavy weapons team model takes up the space of 2 models. Each Ogryn and Rattling take up the space of 3 models. So just to clarify that. So this model has a transport capacity of 10, exactly the same as we've just read, and a Taurox costs 70 points. Yes, that's cool. Valkyrie. That's the Valkyrie costs. It's a flyer now. Flyers, 140 points. 140 points. Power level 7. It's got 14 wounds still. Has a movement characteristic of 40 inches. Okay, Hellstrike missiles, range 72, heavy 1, strength 8, AP -3, flat 3 damage. Each time an attack is made with this weapon against an aircraft unit, add 1 to the attack's hit roll. Each time an attack made with this weapon is allocated to an aircraft model, that attack has a damage characteristic of D3 plus 3 damage. That's brilliant. Really good and really realistic. I just wish they improved the rules for flyers in general. The simple change would be 6s to hit flyers, and also blast weapons and flamer weapons cannot hit the target. And furthermore, the flyer shooting down would only do 1 round of shooting for every 2 turns when targeting a ground target, because it represents flying up and doing a strafing run and that kind of thing, if they did that. But normal shooting when it's dogfighting. Just an idea. Okay, because 8th and 9th edition rules for flyers just winds me up. It's just silly. That's my opinion. Okay, airborne assault. Oh, big one. There's different stats here. Multiple rocket pod. Range 36, assault D6, strength 6, AP -2, 1 damage. Okay, a little bit better. Used to be strength 5, AP -1, it's really bad. But it's strength 6, AP -2 now. Okay, still equipped with heavy bolters. Actually, what's interesting here? Let's check out the flyers. How much does sponsoring heavy bolters cost? Oh, hold on a second. Oh, heavy bolter, heavy bolter. This model's multi-laser can be replaced with 1 less cannon. This model's hail-strike missiles can be replaced with 2 rocket pods. This model can be replaced, can be equipped with 2 heavy bolters. Okay. So it's 10 points. Okay, airborne assault. During deployment, you can set up this high in the skies instead of setting it up on the battlefield. If you do so, it may be a reinforcement step. When your movement phases, you can set up a unit anywhere on the battlefield that is more than 9 inches away from any enemy models. Supersonic. Each time this model, we just still do the normal rules for shooting. It's just subtract 1 to hit rolls. It's just really glitchy. Oh, when it explodes, does D6 mortal wounds. Nasty. Okay. Graph shoot insertion. Okay, graph shoot insertion. If your model in your movement phase, when this transport model makes a normal move, 1 more units embarked within it can disembark at any point during that move. If they do so, models in this unit. Models in those units must be set up more than 9 inches away from enemy units. Models in these units must be set up more than 6 away from any enemy models. I meant Tempestus Scions. They get the better ability there. Militarum Tempestus. They're better at deep striking. If this transport model moves 20 inches or more in this phase, roll d6 for each model that disembarks using the ability, excluding Militarum Tempestus models. So the Militarum Tempestus models are better at that. Before setting up that model up on a roll of 1, the model is destroyed. Models in these units count as having made a normal move in this phase. They cannot move further at this phase and can never use the rules that would allow them to count as having remained stationary for this turn. In addition, that's really well clarified actually. In addition, those units cannot declare a charge this turn, but can otherwise act normally. That's cool. Yeah, I do like that. They just literally got out of the sky, and it's realistic. Transport capacity of 12. Yep, I like that. And Tempestus Scions represents the speciality of that. They're a bit more reliable. Cool, that looks good, doesn't it? Oh, new terrain. Oh, what's this? Is that a new Aegis defense line? Okay. Aegis defense line. Basic stats is nothing. Again, it's defensive line, light cover, heavy cover, and defensible. Reinforced construction. Each time a ranged attack is allocated to this model when receiving the benefits of cover from the terrain feature, worse than the armor penetration characteristic by 1 to maximum 0. So Aegis defense line is a fortification. It's 40 points. Okay. Okay. Right. Bane Blades. Oh yes, here we go. The big boys. Bane Blades. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at the basic stat line for the basic Bane Blade. And it's going to be probably going to be the similar rules, exactly the same, except for the primary weapons. So let's check this out. Okay. So Bane Blade has movement 10, weapon skill 5+, ballistic skill 4+, strength 9, toughness 9, 30 wounds, 9 attacks, leadership 8, and a save of 2+. Degraded, it'll be not applicable. Oh, its ballistic skill goes down, of course. Yes, to 6 attacks, 3 attacks. Right. Bane Blade is equipped with a coaxial autocannon, Bane Blade cannon, demolisher cannon, 2 las cannons, heavy stubber, twin heavy bolter, and 2 twin heavy flamers, adamantine tracks. So Bane Blade las cannon is 20 points. The unit cost is 430 points. That's cheap. It's a lot cheaper and more reliable and better equipped. Coaxial autocannon. It gains the turret weapon keyword, so it's hitting on +1 to hit. Bane Blade cannon. Thank you, Games Workshop, for listening to us. They are the elite tank crew of the Astra Militarum, so of course they'll be hitting on 3s. Demolisher cannon. It's not as powerful as the regular Leman Russ demolisher cannon, but still it's D6 damage. Las cannons actually the same, heavy stubbers actually the same, twin heavy bolter. Right, so the Bane Blade cannon, or the Mega Battle Cannon, is range 72, heavy 3d6, strength 9, AP -3, flat 3 damage, and it's hitting on 3s. That's scary. That is scary. A lot more scarier now. And it's good. And furthermore, you can add tank aces for Bane Blade, single Bane Blade, to issue orders to other Bane Blades. Thank you, Games Workshop. Praise the Emperor. Next up is okay. This model, let's look at the war gear options. This model's twin heavy flamers can be replaced with 2 twin heavy bolters. This model can additionally be equipped with one of the following: 2 las cannons, 2 twin heavy bolters, and 2 las cannons and 2 twin heavy flamers. Okay. I think it's just 20 points a time. Okay. Can still fire its weapons out of combat, just like we've read in part 1. Okay, armored tracks. Each time arranged, so we know about that already. Okay, Bane Blades, much better. The only thing is slight criticism. I don't know, it could represent a Tech Priest engine seer inside, representing how tough it is when we looked at part 1. But I still think it should regenerate a wound, because there's an inbuilt Tech Priest engine seer inside every Bane Blade. Okay, can't complain. Can't complain. Alright. But it's good though. It's good that Bane Blades have got a lot better. A bit more terrifying as well. And they have regimental keyword. Brilliant. Just to clarify about that. Excellent. Right. The Bane Hammer. Okay. Firing deck. Oh, Bane Hammer. Let's check out what the cost is. 400 points for a Bane Hammer. There's 20. Oh, that's interesting. A Bane hammer has 28 wounds as opposed to 30. Okay. Next up is the Thermore Cannon. It's range 36, heavy, 2d6 plus 3, strength 10, AP minus 3, damage 3. Blast, turret weapon. It's cool. All the rules are exactly the same. Let's just look at the rules for adamantine tracks actually. Strength user, AP minus 2, 2 damage. It used to be D3 damage, but now it's 2 damage. Just flat 2. That's good. And furthermore, it's hitting on 5 pluses. Firing deck. In your shooting phase, one unit embarked with this transport model can be selected to shoot. When doing so, measure the distances and draw a line of sight to any point of this transport model. While the transport model is within engagement range of any enemy units, embarked with units cannot shoot except with pistols. Okay, thank you for clarifying that. This model has a transport capacity of 25 Astra Militarum models. Yep, looking good. Oh, I love it. Next up is the Bane Sword. Bane Sword costs 390 points. It has 30 wounds. Okay, the Quake Cannon is range 96, heavy, d6 plus 6, strength 14, AP minus 4, 4 damage, turret weapon, hitting on 3s. That's really good. Really, really good. The Doom Hammer has 28 wounds, and the Magma Cannon is now the Doom Hammer costs 420 points. Magma Cannon is range 48, heavy, d6 plus 3, strength 10, AP minus 5, d6 plus 2 damage. Within half range, it's d6 plus 4 damage. It's nasty, isn't it? The Hellhammer. The Hellhammer costs 450 points, and it is equipped with the Hellhammer Cannon, which is range 36, heavy, 3d6 plus 6, strength 7. Oh, it's gone down. Used to be strength 10, AP minus 4, 3 damage with 3d6 shots. But now it's got more. It's a different roll, which is understandable. Heavy, because you may as well take the Hellhammer cannon over the Bane Blade. But it's good that they have strengths and weaknesses now, and different rolls for the different turret weapons. Heavy, 3d6 plus 6, strength 7, AP minus 2, 2 damage. It's a turret weapon as well, and it's a coaxial autocannon on top of that as well. Doomhammer actually has transport capacity of 25. Shadow Sword, 30 wounds, is 450 points. The Volcano Cannon is range 120, heavy, d3 plus 3. Strength 18! Goodbye, toughness 9. Strength 18, AP minus 5, flat 12 damage. That has a damage potential of 72. Wow. Now that is an improvement. And I have 2 of these. That's 144 damage against a Warlord Titan. If I manage to get maximum firepower. And I plan to have 4 of these. That's 288 damage. Ridiculous. That's just brilliant. 26 power level, 450 points. Okay, the Stormlord. Stormlord costs 430 points. Okay. The Vulcan Megabolter is heavy 20, strength 6, AP minus 2 damage, turret weapon. So it is hitting on 3, so it's a little bit better than it used to be. I wish the rate of fire was a little bit better, maybe heavy 30, but it's not to be. And it's one of the most expensive ones as well, and it's for 28 wounds and firing deck. In your shooting phase, one unit embarked with this transport model can be selected to shoot when doing so. Measure the distances. Oh, so it's less models shooting now. So when looking at the designs here, okay, well there's nothing we can do about that. Was equipped with twin heavy stubbers. Okay. Okay, interesting. Very interesting. And the Storm Sword. The Storm Sword costs 420 points. 30 wounds. I don't know why it's got 28 and 30 wounds. It's not much difference, I suppose. I suppose it's an open cockpit, that's why. That's what it represents. Right, okay. The Storm Sword Siege Cannon is range 60. That's better. Used to be range 36. Heavy D6 plus 6, strength 12, AP minus 4, D3 plus 3 damage. Blast. Turret weapon. There's a turret weapon at least. Each time an attack is made with this weapon, the target does not receive the benefits of light cover against the attack. It's good. It's good. I've always liked the Storm Sword. So here we go. The Militarum Tempestus Command Squad. I do have a few of these models, and I plan for Siege Studios to paint these. I need to sort that out. So, Militarum Tempestus Command Squad. It costs. What do they count as? This is a HQ choice. 95 points. Quite expensive. But they are Ballistic Skill 3+. Tempestus Prime has 4 wounds, 3 attacks, Leadership 8, Save 4+. And Medipack, yes. Regimental Standard, yes. Your other wound roll 1. Oh, Tempestus Command Rod. This will be interesting. The bearer knows Perfectus Orders. In addition, the regimental orders, the bearer can only issue Perfectus Orders to Tempestus Scions. When doing so, for the purposes of regimental tactics ability, you can only select one friendly Tempestus Scions unit within 6 of the unit originally selected in order to also be affected by that order. Now, what is interesting here... Oh, this is the regular command squad. I'll check out the regular Tempestus Scions. It's equipped with Master Vox. Okay, that's cool. Any number of Tempestus Scions. Yeah. Okay. Pretty much the same as it was. Voice of command, regimental tactics, aerial drop. During deployment, you can set up this unit high in the skies instead of setting up on the battlefield. If you do so, then the reinforcement setup of your movement phase, you can set up this unit anywhere on the battlefield that is more than 9 inches away from any enemy models. Stormtroopers. Each time a model in this unit makes an attack, an unmodified 6 scores 1 additional hit. That's cool. Refractor Field. The Tempestus Prime has a 5+ invulnerable save. So yeah, looking good. Okay, Tempestus Scions. 4 to 9. Oh yes, so here we go. So you can split these up into 2 5-man squads, it looks like. If you wanted to. Okay. All basic stat lines like Stormtroopers, Foxcaster, exactly the same. For every 5 models in this unit, the 2 Tempestus Scions can have hotshot lance cannons replaced with the following 1 flamer. So it's basically 1 flamer, again restriction 1 weapon. Cannot have the same weapon twice. Regimental Tactics Stormtroopers, aerial drop, just read that. And the points cost for Tempestus Scions Tempestus Scions, they are are they troops? No, they're elites, which makes sense. They are 11 points per model. And Power Fist is 5 points. Now why couldn't you give the Power Fist to Commissar? It's so annoying. Never mind. Taurox Prime. We looked at the rules for that already, except the only difference being it's ballistic skill 3+. And Taurox Prime is 105 points as opposed to 70. And can be equipped with better weaponry. So the Taurox Battle Cannon is heavy D6, strength 7, AP -1, 2 damage. A bit tame, isn't it? Taurox Gatling Cannon is range 24, heavy 12. That's gone down a bit as well. Strength 4, AP -1, 1 damage. It's got the AP -1 in it though. Taurox Hotshot Volley Gun, range 24, rapid fire 3, strength 4, AP -2, 1 damage. Auto cannon as well. The missile launcher as well. Fires frag and crack missiles. We know all the stats for that. Militarum restrictions. If your army is battle forged, then you can for each detachment in your army you cannot include more than Taurox Prime models in the detachment. Then there are Militarum Tempestus infantry units in that detachment. Okay, that just clarifies that. Okay, here we go. So this is the summary of the stat lines. And just quickly flick through the Crusade rules. So if you wanted to do Crusade, morale, this looks really good. Campaign rules. So that's another section. Agendas, requisitions. Crusade relics. This patches Astra Militarum force there. Astra Militarum name generator. Gens. Wow, how cool is that? Name generator. Astra Militarum. Brilliant. Crusade armies. Looks nice, very pretty. Love the camouflage and colour scheme for these vehicles. Absolutely brilliant. That's the classic 5th edition Codex cover. War gear and points reference. So you've got all the war gear here, which we've been through. And points values, we just looked at. Glossary, just a summary of what's done. And okay, Now, just looking at this quickly, as quick as I can, is there rules for Voxcasters? What's the rules for Voxcasters? Regular Voxcasters. Let's go over to Voxcaster. Master Vox, doesn't say that. But where's Voxcaster? Voxcaster? Voxcaster keyword. Oh, it may be when doing the orders, but we'll check that through as I play the game. Glossary, reference, and I must cover this in case someone nicks the code. So there you go. Let's zoom out. And that's the back cover of the new Codex, the Rogal Dorn heavy tank. It's a beast, isn't it? There it is. There it is. Overall, absolutely stoked for this Codex. Cannot wait to use it in game. There's one or two discrepancies. First off, a lot of units have been deleted, sadly. Commissar Yarrick, Commander Pask, he's gone. I'm not worried about them. Actually, Lord Commissars have gone. Wyvern Psykers have gone. They have sadly gone. They're no longer in the Codex. But I reckon there'll be legendary units. So hopefully Games Workshop will release legendary unit status sheets for the community for narrative players, because we can't forget the old characters that have been long gone and that kind of thing. If not, don't worry too much about it. I will still use them whenever I can, and to make the rules as accurate as possible. And I'll probably just use them for like narrative play and apocalypse, which is mainly what the channel is about already. And the other thing as well is white shields. White shields have sadly not in the Codex, the new Codex. But I will be using white shields nonetheless. I'll probably have to go back to the campaign book when it has all the rules for white shields, just to clarify about that. Furthermore, there was a glitch, I think it's a rules error type, I think, where you cannot give Commissars power fists, which is a bit bizarre. I was a bit taken aback about that. So hopefully Games Workshop will sort that out. But overall, the cleanliness and clarification, the tidying up of the rules for years, it's been long overdue, and they have done overall 99.9% absolute positive for this Codex. It's absolutely fantastic Codex. Really cannot wait to use the models for both pre-fall of Cadia and post-fall of Cadia. So really exciting time for the channel and for Luke's channel as well. And I'm really looking forward to painting up these new models. Yeah, super stoked overall. It's been a really good journey painting the pre-fall of Cadian models, but the new era has come post-fall of Cadian army. Really looking forward to painting them and with their new units as well. And who knows what other models will come out. And seeing the new uniform and design, there may be, who knows what the future may bring forth. You know, you got the new, could be new Chimeras coming out, a new replacement for the Leman Russ. You never know, you see. And furthermore, even basilisks. The basilisk kit is an old kit that came out in 1995, I think. Especially the turret section. But who knows? The Astra Militarum are This is just such a cool army to collect, especially Cadians. I love the Cadian army. There you go. For more in-depth clarification of other units that I have missed, I do apologise, but I only collect Cadians, which is the main theme on the channel. But for a full review, do check out Luke's video regards to that. I've done the Codex review for the purposes of narrative, and furthermore specifically for the Cadians, for the units that they'll have in the Cadian faction. So super stoked, super excited. Now that I've got the Codex, I will work on the Patreon page within the next few weeks, and the new tier system will be published very, very soon. So if you want to support me through Patreon and YouTube membership, do click the links below or hit the join button on YouTube membership. If you support me through both platforms, you'll unlock more units. So that's the reward for joining the Patreon page, as well as YouTube membership as well. But for those that have subscribed, thank you to all those who have simply hit the like button and subscribed to the YouTube button, and hit the bell button so you'll be notified. And thank you so much for watching all of the box review, the part 1 and part 2 of the Codex review. It is quite a long video, but I wanted to make it as though it's a new era for the channel. Really looking forward to painting these new units, and yes, I've got plenty to do. Plenty to do. I'm never bored of the hobby. There's always something left to paint. So that concludes this video. Thank you to everyone again that supported me. Sponsors of the channel, the Outpost, Siege Studios, LongbowBB with its BB guns, Gammat.eu, and all the other sponsors that supported the channel. And furthermore, a big thank you to all the Patreons that have supported me. It's been a bit quiet on the Patreon page. That's because I've been sorting out the Patreon page for adapting to the new Codex. That's why there's a little bit of a delay with the battle reports. So now that I have the Codex, I'm getting to study the Codex even further. When I get spare time, and looking forward to doing these new units. So there you go. So as they say in the Cadian army group, Cadia stands, and for the Emperor, the 18th Cadian army group salutes all of those that are Cadian fans of the channel. So thank you very much for watching, and as always, happy wargaming.